Welcome back to my channel. Today I have this really fun look for you guys. I was in my room playing with my Star Crush mineral shadows and I just came up with this, so I hope you guys enjoy it. So to start off, I am priming my eyelids with the Wet n Wild Photofocus concealer, and I'm buffing this out with my e.l.f. Flawless concealer brush. I just got this concealer, so I haven't formed an actual opinion on it just yet. And I'm just going to set the base with my LA Girl Pro Face Powder. This is my favorite powder. Here I'm taking the shade Tempera from the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm highlighting my brow bone, and I'm actually bringing this closer to the front of my brow because I am using a lot of colors, so I did want it to stand out. So I'm using the shade Lavender Mousse, and I am putting this in my crease. At first I thought it was going to be really patchy, but it actually wasn't. I thought it was going to be like chalk, but it actually blended out really pretty, and it's not lavender. It looks more blue to me, more like periwinkle, which kind of bummed me out, but the end result was still equally as pretty. So I'm just re-intensifying, and I'm using a Morphe R37 brush. So I'm using the Morphe M209 brush just to make sure that the colors are really blended. Now I'm taking the photofocus concealer again, and I'm going to use this to carve out my crease. So I have a lot of folds on my eyelid. I don't have the prettiest eyelids for makeup, but whatever. I make it work. So I just pretty much bring everything higher than all the folds on my eye. As you guys can see with this concealer, it kind of like when you swipe it, it moves the product around. So I just had to tap it so that I get more color payoff, so it was more opaque and not streaky, because then my shadows that I placed on top of it would be streaky as well. So you can see every time I swipe, it picks up the product. So just pat it. And I'm using a Morphe E19. If you don't have this brush, seriously, go buy it. It's the best. I use it to carve out my brows, my crease, really everything. It's so precise, and it has like a little tip that helps you get into all the little nooks and crannies of your face. So I'm just going over everything with my finger. Now I'm using the shade A Spot of Teal with the same Morphe M209 brush. It's not the most precise brush, but I find that it packs product really well. But if you feel like you don't have a lot of control with this brush, use a much smaller brush, a shader brush, or even a concealer brush to pack colors on. But this just works for me. Now I'm using the white shade from my Kat Von D Pastel Goth palette, and I really went in with this shadow because I wasn't sure if it was going to be chalky or powdery or anything like that, but as always, I was pleasantly surprised with Kat Von D. Like, she can do no wrong. So here I'm just kind of melting the colors together. Now I'm using this shimmery shade. It claims to be a shimmery shade, but I even wet my brush so I can get a little more color payoff. But it was, if anything, it was like a sheen. It wasn't shimmery or sparkly or anything, but I was actually happy because I didn't want this to be like a glitter look or a shimmer look or anything like that. I wanted it to be matte because I wanted the white to stand out the most. Now I'm using the shade Sky Skimmer. I wasn't sure what to do with my outer corner of my eye. I was gonna do purple, but that would have been me playing it safe because I never really do blue on my eyes. And if I have, it was probably just for like Instagram or for YouTube, just for the picture. But yeah, so here I was pouring a little bit. I was honestly so shocked that I didn't mess this white eyeliner up because every time that I tried to do it, I messed up. So maybe like the makeup gods were like, you know, in my favor today, and they're like, you know what, baby, we got you. Like, you're in your artistic zone right now. Like, you got this. So it came out really pretty, and I was so happy. So I ended up doing these like 3 little dots on the top, like hella Coachella. No, I'm just kidding. But I didn't really do a wing, so I kind of wanted something to mimic the upward, like, pull on my eyes because then it would just look a little sad. So I just went over it one more time. This is the Italia eyeliner, by the way. It's awesome. It's amazing. They're really cheap. I think they're like $2. So yeah, just re-intensified the outer corner of my eye on both of my eyes because I found that the color kind of just fell off on the outer corner. So yeah, just packed on a little bit more. Now, I'm using my most recent obsession. These are Flutter lashes, CRAZED lashes. They are so beautiful. I think Flutter lashes has the best eyelashes. These are so cheap. These were like maybe like $13. I paid less for them, but they are so beautiful. They're like spiky, but fluffy, but flirty. They're just so striking. I wear them on their own with makeup. I don't care. I'm obsessed. So now I'm priming my face with this No Problem primer from my Ipsy bag. I don't really use primer. I don't really feel like primer does anything as far as longevity for me, so whatever. But I'm using the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation, and I just picked up my actual shade. Before I was using this shade, what's it called? Desert Beige. Now I'm using cream beige, and it actually matched myself really, really perfect. So I think I found my new favorite foundation. Plus, I already liked this foundation, and now that it actually matches me, you know for sure I'm gonna wear it more often because the darker one, I had to really highlight a lot for it to match. So now it's just gonna be way easier to use. Now I'm using the Photofocus concealer. This was my first time trying it on camera for you guys. I have to say, it's not the best concealer, but it's not the worst. I've tried really bad concealers and I've tried really good, and I really found the most perfect one, which is obviously the Shape Tape. So I heard they were dupes, so I was like, okay, I gotta see what's going on here. So they are similar. They are not the same though, because Shape Tape doesn't feel heavy on my eyes, and this one does feel a little cakey, but it does give you like the effect, and they're like creamy but matte, if that makes any sense. But it wasn't brightening enough for me, so I went in with the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. Now, this is a concealer that can do no wrong, especially because it's so cheap. It's like drugstore. It's like $8 or $9, and it's really brightening. So I just kind of went in with this on the inner inner part of my face, just to highlight. And you want to make sure that everything is blended really pretty so nothing looks patchy or chalky or splotchy later. So now I'm taking my Airspun powder and I'm going to bake my whole face. Normally I wouldn't bake my face if I was actually going to wear this, but because it did look like a kind of like a festival makeup, I'm just kind of throwing in stuff that I would do if I went to a festival. I probably would never though, because from people's experiences, I can tell it gets really hot. So yeah, now I'm setting my forehead. I'm using this small brush. I would bake, but it always falls on my eyebrows and it's just a whole other process that I gotta fix. So yeah, I'm taking my LA Girl Pro Face Powder, my favorite powder. You guys are going to see this a lot. You're going to get tired of it, but why fix it if it's not broken? Honestly, this is the best thing ever for me, at least. So yeah, I'm going to set that forehead, avoiding those baby hairs that took me 10 years to lay, because if you know me, you know I have flyaways, a crown of flyaways. So yeah, just dusting off my bake now, and I am just using this same brush. No particular brush, just dusting it all away. My voice just got really low because I read a message. But now I'm using the same powder but a darker shade. Now, I don't contour. I don't like to contour. I already have a pretty slim face, and I'm a heavier set kind of girl. So why would my body be an extra large and my face be a small? I don't get it. So I don't really contour my face because then I look really hollow and really chiseled, and yeah, I just don't like my face to look so skinny. I feel like I look sick or something. So yeah, just make yourself look nice and orange. But if this is not your cup of tea, you can always use whatever contouring and bronzing shades you like. This is just what I like. So yeah, my cheek is still a little like patchy. I don't know, I have texture on my cheek. I'm over it. I'm just gonna let it be, whatever. I'm not gonna spend 20 minutes trying to blend it out. So now I'm taking the BECCA X Jaclyn Hill face palette. I believe this is a blush called Amaretto. I can be wrong, but it's just the middle shade. It's the most neutral shade. And I'm just putting this on my cheeks for some color. Now I'm setting my face real quick for my highlight. I'm using Champagne Pop and Prosecco Pop from the same palette. I believe this palette was limited edition, but you can still buy Champagne Pop. And I heard that they're actually going to bring Prosecco Pop as an individual highlight, so that sounds really cool. I already have Champagne Pop individually, and I hit pan on it, and I'm trying not to use it because I just want to keep it. So for my lips, I'm using MAC Cosmetics Pure Zen lipstick. This was a little more peachy pink than I wanted it to be. I wanted this to be a more neutral lip, but yeah, if you would ask me, I would have just put gloss on with this look, but I didn't want to do that for you guys. So I did put, oh shit, I did put Pure Zen with some gloss on top. Now, never neglect your lower lash line. I always forget to put these steps in my videos because they're always at the end. So I always finish everything and then I'm like, oh my god, I never explained my lower lash line. So I'm just using the mint shade and I'm putting a crap ton of Better Than Sex mascara. This is a travel size one. I like the travel size one more. I pay for the travel size one. I don't like the full size. It's just too wet for me. I don't know. I like the travel one. It's a little more dry. So yeah, hit those lower lash lines, especially if you put concealer all the way there. Do it. So yeah, this is the complete look, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun creating it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know any videos you guys want from me, and I'll see you guys next time.